Welcome back, guys. I'm doing a freestyle bling today. She showed me a picture of a chrome heart set and said that she wanted definitely one or two chromes, the charms of course, but she didn't want it to be, completely overrun by all that chrome. Which was cool with me because sometimes I don't know, it's like I feel like it's almost, I don't want to say all or nothing because obviously we didn't go all on this one, but it's like sometimes it's almost too much. Like if you're not going for that whole chrome look, it's better to just do a little bit and then leave it alone, like a little dash of chrome, not the chrome be the whole focus. So that's what I was going for with this set. I've gotten a couple people ask me about this brush. I got this brush from AliExpress. It was a cheap brush. I think it was like $15. So of course it has a brand, but it's just one of them random brands. It's not like a brand y'all would know off the top of y'all heads. It's not polished, not young nails, nothing like that. But this acrylic is young nails cover pink. And a couple people said that they liked real time application better, so I'm gonna start doing my application real time. I did speed up the design part just because it was kind of tedious, and honestly I cut a lot out, y'all, because it was just a lot of back and forth. And these nails I did, they're the same, but I kind of switched some of the designs up as far as like color placement. So if you see me not leave something in, I do it on the other hand, it just might be a different color or in a different place. So yeah, I'll just let y'all watch application. So if you've been watching me for a little bit, you know I don't normally do acrylic French, but I did it this time because I'm doing a outline with chrome. And I talked about this in my mini haul that I tried to upload but wouldn't. If y'all seen that community post, um I was trying out a new chrome and I wanted to make sure that it didn't transfer. So instead of painting blue and then going back with the black and then trying to do chrome on top, I just did a blue acrylic French, so that way I don't have to worry about anything transferring. It'll be just that black polish and no other polish on that nail at all. And because I because I didn't get to upload the mini haul, I want to say I got these you it's not on here now, but y'all will see it later. These chrome sticks I got from Nail Company Wholesale. I don't know if they're still this cheap, but they was only $5 for the Black Friday sale. And they do not transfer bad. Like the last kind I had was some from Amazon. It was a gold and silver mix for like $7, and it transferred really bad. Like when I put the chrome on and rubbed it in, it would transfer onto bare nail, like no top coat, no. Well, it actually did transfer to the top coat too, but I'm just saying it transferred to even bare acrylic, literally to bare acrylic, y'all. There was nothing sticky on the nail, and then it came back and transferred onto the top coat, and the top coat was completely dry, no stickiness, no nothing. So I was just trying to make sure that didn't happen. So, like I said, I didn't do I didn't do my blue polish on this nail. And like I said, that chrome from Nail Company is very nice. I recommend it. And if y'all need a link, I can drop it below. It was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. So anyway, back to the video. I know there's always a conversation about like how many beads do you use? How many beads do you use? I try to use 3 to 4, but I don't really be counting, to be honest, y'all. Like when I watch back my videos, depending on the length, I feel like if it's a normal length, anywhere from medium to long, I feel like that's my most popular length. I use about 3 or 4 beads, but when I'm actually going through the motion, I'm not counting my beads as I go. Like I just use however many it takes to build the nail up. How I do my nails, how I gauge is more of a time thing. I try not to take more than like a minute and a half, 2 minutes per nail, because I don't want my application to be uh longer than 20 minutes. Obviously, if it's extra long or super super long, it's gonna be longer than that. But even with extra long, depending on what type of set it is, I try not to have my application over 25, 20, 30 minutes. because I don't want to be sitting there all day. But one thing, and I preach this a lot, especially in classes and to beginners, one thing that helps you put yourself ahead rather, is having good application, y'all. If you have good application, you you can skip out on so much filing and drilling. And the key to good application is ratio. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Whenever I've helped people out or had an actual class with them, I preach that the most. Ratio, if you have not gotten that down pat, or at least close to down pat, I'm telling you, you are missing out. So that's that on that. Now I'm just filing this pinky. I just want to reiterate how much I do not like doing acrylic French. I cannot believe I used to do all my Frenches acrylic. Now, doing short acrylic French is not bad. Like, I've done one that is probably, I know for a fact I did a short acrylic French in like an hour. But that's because you don't have to worry about an apex for real. But like long nails, bro, you could not pay me to do a long set of acrylic Frenchies. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. And what I used to do sometimes was do it kind of thin to where I don't have to file a lot and then just cap it. But then I feel like that takes from the color. The color payoff, I feel like it's not as crisp when it's capped in a lot of clear. So y'all tell me what y'all do in the comments as far as French. Another reason why I hate acrylic French, I feel like I tend to make them more bulky than they need to be sometimes. Uh, like you're gonna see later on, I cut some of it out, but you're gonna see later on, I kept having to go back and bring in the edges for this pinky nail. And see, I prefer painting it because I can just put it on there and then just wipe the edges and then just slowly build up the color, but still keep it thin. But like with acrylic French, once you put it there, it's there. So yeah. Um, like I said, you're gonna see me go back a lot trying to bring it in some more. This 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 little like filing portion right here, you're gonna see a lot of slow down, zoom in moments, just highlighting some of the techniques I use when filing. This is like some of my most bragged on compliments as a nail tech. People are always either saying I'm gentle, uh, or that they like the fact that like they don't have to worry about getting filed, getting filed. They don't have to worry about getting cut from the file, burnt from the file. Their nails, their skin isn't all scratched up from me filing too hard or really filing on them at all. Like my pinky, I mean not my pinky, my pointer finger and thumb take the brunt of all the force from the file. Like, and honestly, I don't know if it's just because the skin has thickened, which it don't feel like it, but I don't know if it's just gotten used to getting kind of tore up while I work. But I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like you can literally see my skin turning red from like the pressure of the nail sitting on it, of the file sitting on it. But I don't even really cut myself anymore. If I have a day where I'm really, really going hard, like y'all see them lines on my pointer finger? You can literally see it'll either be my skin turning yellow from the pressure or just cuts on my hand, period. Or not even cuts, but like just little abrasion marks. So like you get what I'm saying? I be going hard when I file, but I let my fingers catch the brunt of the force. But yet I'm still not just tearing my fingers up. Like I said, if I have a day or two where I'm going really, really hard, then I get nicks like here and there, but it's not common, like at all. So like I said, I don't know if that skin has just gotten used to kind of taking the blow or if I don't know, but like I said, you're gonna see me do a lot of slow down, zoom ins, because I just want y'all to see like how I'm holding my client's finger. So if you're having trouble, like right there, you probably can't see from this angle, but I use my pointer finger to pull that skin down while I go under the nail so that I'm not hurting their skin or touching their skin at all. And this was just me zooming in on the fact that you see how my file is hitting my nail and my thumb. It's not touching their skin at all. Like the only time the file is really gonna touch their skin, every time you see me go to a new nail or to a new side of the nail that I haven't filed yet, you'll see me go under the nail like that, and I'll pull the skin back with my finger, and then I'll kind of slide that file under the whole thing, kind of do it a couple times, maybe just to like start it off, and then I back up some and do the rest. I'm gonna try to see if I can catch myself doing it so I can show y'all. Like you see how right there, you see literally just right then. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I went under, did just a little bit where it meets the sidewall and the tip, and then I brought it down and put my finger right there. So literally the file comes in contact with their underskin with the side of their nail for a couple seconds. And that's just to really separate it. And if there's any acrylic underneath, kind of try to go ahead and knock it out the way, because I hate to see people not protecting their client's skin while they're filing. Because like, bro, if you're using a hard file, like see right there, I do a couple times just to get it off the skin, and then I'm right back to putting my hand in the way. And even then, I'm pulling the skin back with my pointer, and I can honestly see what I'm doing. The file will come in contact with the skin just a tiny bit for a couple seconds, and there's not enough friction to do anything or harm them in any way. And for shit sure, anytime I'm doing any hard filing, I'm hitting this move right here. Um, and like I said earlier, y'all will see me go real hard on this pinky. Um, and also I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think my client's right pinky is a little bit wider than her. Well, that's her left. I think her left pinky is a tad bit wider than her other pinky. So I think that adds to it too, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I use two different tip sizes. But that's an easy fix. Uh Something else I want to touch on for the beginner nail techs, or if you're just having this problem period, I have been seeing a lot of nail techs, and I'm assuming they're beginners because they either have a low following or it'll say beginner nail tech. And when I say low following, I'm not talking about 1 or 2,000. I'm talking about like 500, 200. I'm gonna stop myself real quick. This is another thing clients brag on: the fact that I hold their nail while I do stuff. Like I've literally seen people, they just don't hold the nail while they file, and then the nail is going everywhere, and I'm knowing it hurts the client. I'm knowing it does because I've had it done to me before. Hell, I've done it on myself. Y'all know how it is trying to do your own nails, but that's on me. I don't care about that. On my client, I would never file their nail and not hold it if it's in a position where it's gonna put major pressure on them. Like y'all know, some file movements you don't have to necessarily hold it. It's not as strenuous, but like this right here, you wouldn't catch me not holding their finger and filing that tip like that. Like that's crazy to me. Um, Y'all, I gotta stop and listen to myself because I done forgot what I was saying. This what I was gonna say, y'all. I see so many beginners. Hell, it be even some somewhat seasoned techs. Uh, they will put on tips that are either too small, or they put on tips and then they bring in the sidewall so much that it no longer covers. It's so hard to explain. I wish I could put up a picture, but I don't want anybody to think I'm like coming for them. Cause I know we got some sensitive Sallys on the internet or whatever. The best way I can explain it is you pretty much putting on a tip that's too small. Whether you put it on too small or you filed it too small. Tips are supposed to be sidewall to sidewall. If you want to get a skinnier look, you're gonna have to go under the sidewall and down to bring it in. Of course, when you filing, you do hit the sidewall, but like I'm telling y'all, if you put on a tip that is too small, you increasing the chances of it popping off altogether and you fucking up your client's nail bed. Um, I know in certain cases, like when some people's nails have gotten like misshapen because of just constant wear, sometimes it will be a side or two that's not completely covered, or if it just y'all know how sometimes people nails at the bottom flare out. There might be a tiny piece that does not get covered 100% of the time, but it gets covered with acrylic. But in general, like it's this one nail tech I seen today. Every time she does nails, every picture she posts, her nail tips are always too small. I did a quick little scroll down the page now. Every set she has, every tip is too small. Like I'm gonna have to find a diagram. I'm gonna have to find a diagram. Hold on, y'all. Okay, this is the best example I can find on short notice. Do you see how the nail tip is sidewall to sidewall? From there, you can bring the sidewalls in to become skinnier, right? This next clip, you're gonna see how the whole width of their nail is not being covered by the tip. So it's not gonna be as much support on the tip. And it leads to more cracks, more breaks, and your nail popping off. Do you see that? I hate that the line is in the way so that y'all can actually see. But do you see how the nail is wider at the top than what the nail tech has done at the bottom? That tip is too small. She should have chose a bigger tip and it would have went from sidewall to sidewall. And as you can see, when you use a tip that's too small, y'all see how there's that little bit. You shouldn't have been able to file that far back on her nail bed. It's like that because they used tips that were too small and brung her natural nail in. Therefore, you literally destroying your client's natural nail. You put on the tip that is the correct size, even bigger if you have to, and you it's like you make the sidewalls even and then you bring the tip in. I've been seeing people literally like make their clients' nail beds thinner and thinner because they are completely fucking up the sidewalls. And I wish there was a better example. That one is not as extreme. But like I said, in some cases, you might not can't get the whole sidewall, especially if you're trying to get a specific shape, angle, whatever. But in general, you need to put on tips that are the right size, y'all. I see people doing that, thinking that they're like bypassing having the shape as much because I'm putting on thinner tips. I'm putting on thinner as in width wise. I'm putting on these little tips so I won't have to shape as much. No, you are increasing the chances of your client's nails not lasting, popping off, cracking. That's why, because there's no support, and y'all gotta understand that free edge right there is where if you put your apex in the proper area, there should be breaks after the free edge. So there's gonna be a little space, it shouldn't go right at the edge. But when you put on tips that aren't big enough, you putting more stress in that area because it's like I said, it's not as much support. So even if you have a decent apex, your nail is probably gonna be more likely to break because there's no support. So I know I'll be repeating myself a lot, y'all, but I just be trying to get people to understand because I know a lot of people were self-taught and they might not know. So like I'm just trying to have a little teaching moment. I ain't trying to be funny. That's why I'm not gonna use nobody's actual pictures. Um, I would like to reach out and talk to her about it so that I could use her pictures for an example and just try to educate her on it. But I never want to be that person that comes off as, oh, you think you know what you're doing, you think you the best, you think you the, cause people nowadays, you tell them they shoot on tide and they say, oh, you hating on me, and then when they fall 10 minutes later. I'm for real, y'all. I don't never want to come off as, oh, I never know everything, or oh, cause y'all know how people is, bro. And then some people are just sensitive. They'll get it though. Eventually, they gon' something is gonna click eventually that tells them like, hey, something I'm doing must be wrong, and hopefully they're able to correct it. Um, I feel like if I was more like a teacher, I would feel more comfortable reaching out and like giving people tips like that. But because I don't do classes just heavy, 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 like I'm not known. I'm not, what's the word? I'm not portrayed, but I don't present myself as a teacher. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it would come better if it was coming from somebody who was a teacher or like taught classes or something like heavy, heavy, heavy. Like somebody might look at my page and just be like, "Oh, this bitch thinks she the shit." Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, just don't do that, guys. Um, just don't do that. Use the correct size tip for your clients. And like I said, y'all, I'm cutting a lot of this stuff out because it's pretty much the same, just a little switched up. I'm doing black polish. There's no type of base coat on there, no nothing, because I didn't want anything to transfer to where it wasn't supposed to go. I did the chrome on the pointer and on the pinky with the little outline, and then I top coated it so that way the chrome doesn't get messed up, because if y'all don't notice, a lot of times chrome will get ate up by like glue and stuff. I haven't tried it with gel yet. I don't know if gel eats it up. I imagine it probably wouldn't, but just to be safe, I top coat it when I get done with chrome, because chrome can be very what's the word? It's very gentle. You gotta be gentle with it. Fragile, that's the word. So I'm top coating pointer and the middle because I'm gonna do Frenches on that one. On the middle finger, I'm gonna do a blue um textured French. If you watch my last video, you'll know how I do mine. I do the base color, then I top coat, and then I come back with the blue polish and do clear acrylic. And this is just me painting the crosses. I try not to be too anal about these crosses because sometimes when I think too hard about it, I do too much and I start messing up. So I try to just one take drake it. You will see me clean it up a little bit. But like I said, just try not to stress about it. A lot of times we overanalyze stuff We think stuff looks so crazy and clients be loving it. I'm not saying just give your clients whatever. I'm just saying don't be as hard on yourself, because like at the end of the day, this is not real chrome hearts. This is a drawn design on a nail. You get what I'm saying? Basically, we're our worst critics. So just keep that in mind when you're drawing. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to throw this in there. Literally, as I'm recording, my homegirl just texted me and said that, matter of fact, we're pretty much all going back and forth now. The three people I said that haven't received their packages just reconfirmed that theirs haven't even shipped out yet. So that's crazy. Anyway, we're doing white chrome and not white chrome, a white cross on this hand and a blue one. And on the other hand, I think I did white and chrome. And then on the thumb, I did all three, just kind of scattered around. That's just showing how I'm rebuffing the nail so that I can safely adhere that charm. A lot of times when you put it on a sticky surface, well, on a wet surface rather, it likes to move. And I be trying to prevent that. So I just rough the nail up first before I put that chrome on there. See, I felt like it moved a lot less than it would have if it had been uh whatever I was gonna say. Like I said, for this one, make sure I top coated. First of all, I had put base coat down. I came back and re-top coated it so that way it doesn't transfer. And so I'm just, y'all get what I'm saying. I put some top coat towards the bottom so that way when I drew the black, it wouldn't transfer onto the base coat. I really could have just did base coat from jump, but y'all know how sometimes when you're moving, you're not really thinking about it. But like I always say, it's really just about knowing how to adjust. How do I adjust to this problem quickly and efficiently? So anyway, that's this set, y'all. You're gonna have to turn your phone. I wanted y'all to be able to see this in detail. And like I said, the thumbs are just black or blue, white, and chrome crosses. I don't think I put in a video of those, but that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all guys next time.